Hi everyone, Teacher Gela here. Welcome to Everyday Fun Day podcast. Today, I'm also talking about holiday time, but it's not about activity. Today, I am gonna talk about gift ideas. So, do you have your children or do you have any other children in your family that you want to give present in the holiday time? Today's episode is going to be helpful for you then. One thing that I want to tell you before I start talking about the presents that I found is that I only focused on the toys. Well, of course, there are many different kinds of gifts that you can give to children. So a place that your child wanted to go for so long time, or going to a festive place as a family, or making handmade cards, or making handmade cake. There are many different kinds of gift. But for today's episode, I wanted to make a just quick guide that can help parents who don't have much time but they still want to give meaningful gift to their children. So if you are in that position, it's gonna be helpful for you. All right. So I have four different kinds of toys in my list. So let's start from the first one. The first gift is it's called wooden threading toys with animals and fruits. So I found this on Amazon. It's available on Amazon.ca and also Amazon.com. So this is like a threading toys. So there are strings and there are wooden stuff. And the wooden stuff is animals and fruits and I think vegetables as well. And those little wooden blocks, well, it's not that little. It's okay. It's a good size for toddlers as well. So the reason why I recommend this toy is because it's also suitable for toddlers and preschoolers. If you thought the threading toys are only appropriate for toddlers, that is not right. It can also be a great toys for preschoolers as well. Well, for preschoolers, they might not have much, like a big challenge in threading the blocks, but it's still good practice for them. It's still good practice for fine motor skills. Well, toddlers, of course, they need to practice it, but also preschoolers, preschooler, they are in the time that they start learning about how to hold the pencils and start practicing writing, right? So they still need to develop their fine motor skill. It's really good practice for them. So I would recommend this threading toys for toddlers and preschoolers as well. And it's also good to develop independence. When they see the strings and the beads that has holes, they don't need to hear any explanation. They know what to do with them. Well, if it's really, really new for your young toddler, you can uh, you can put one bead in on the string so your child gets an idea of what to do with them. As I always talk about, independence is an important factor for developing growth mindset. So, this is great for that. And another thing is if you introduce the idea of making a story with different objects, this toy can be a great tool for that. For example, they can put different kinds of animals like a duck, cat, and then let's say they put corn and apples, and then they can make up a story out of those things. And for another story, they can put different kinds of blocks, animals, and fruits and vegetable, and then they can make up another story. So it's great. It can be a great tool for creativity, which is another factor for developing growth mindset. So the wooden threading toys with animals, fruits, and vegetables. This is my first recommendation. So wooden puzzles, dinosaurs. This one also can be found on Amazon. If you don't have any toys that are made with wood, this can be a great addition. It's really good to add different types of toys and different types of toys that are made with different materials for the diversity reason. These puzzles are made as dinosaur shapes. So if you have a dinosaur lover, this one would be great choice. You can do balancing game with these dinosaurs. So inside of the set, there's a bottom part which is like a round shape at the bottom. Your children can put the dinosaurs on top of the bottom part, but they have to be very gentle because it is moving, constantly moving because it's a round shape at the bottom. They can stack one dinosaur, two dinosaur, three dinosaur. There are 15 pieces altogether. So it's like a balancing game, balancing play. This is a little bit more challenging, right? Maybe for toddlers, it can be too challenging to put all the 15 dinosaurs. So if you are thinking of giving this to young toddler, you can just give maybe 4 or 5 dinosaurs and encourage him or encourage her to balance those 4 or 5 dinosaurs on top of the bottom part. Because this is a bit challenging play, this is great to develop perseverance and self-efficacy. They will want to try again and again and again, and through that type of repetition, they can develop uh, self-efficacy. And it will be good for a child who is a little impatient because it's about balancing. You have to be slow, you have to be careful, and you have to be gentle when you stack the dinosaurs. So it will be good for a child who wants to develop some patience. Okay, so that was the second toy. Let's move on to the third one. Oh, I didn't know that, but this is also wooden. you know, you can see that I love wooden toys. Yes, I just realized it now. But anyway, this is the third one. It's wooden 100 board. Have you ever heard of a 100 board? So this is like a big board made with wood, and it has 100 like dent, 100 dent. So you can put a board kind of thing inside, and there are hundreds of them. So that's why it's called 100 board. If you This one I found on Etsy. There were a few different sellers and a few different options, I guess. So with the 100 board, you can also purchase like the wooden bowls to go in, or sometimes you can get the like a pom pom. Those are really cute too. So what can you do with this 100 board? Well, let's say for toddler, if you want to get this for toddlers, They can just first they can practice their fine motor skills, of course, by putting the ball shape inside. They can also try sorting. So if you add colored balls or colored pom-poms, they can do the sorting, like, red pom-poms on the first line and yellow pom-poms on the second line, or they can make a pattern, red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, anything. Or they can even make a design, or they can try making a shape. If you want to go a little educational, you can you can do
introduce.
the counting with those. Okay, let's think about preschoolers. If you want to give this to preschooler, also fine motor skill. It's good for fine motor skills, and you can make it a little bit challenging for preschoolers by adding the balls that have letters or numbers. So if you add letters, they can just play with them, and they can get familiar with the letters and numbers. If you want to go further there, you can show simple words, and then they can try making those words out of the letter balls. So they can play with letters, or they can do play with the numbers, or they can play with colors as well. And this is also great for developing independence. Just like the first and second toys, this toy doesn't need explanation. When children see it, they they can easily figure out what they can do. And there is no specific way to play with these things. Independence is a really important factor of growth mindset. So I like any kinds of activity that children can just do it by themselves. When you use the wooden balls with letters or numbers or colors, just through independent play, they will be exposed to that letters and numbers and colors. Rather than sitting down and teaching them, this is A, this is B, this is C, this is 1, this is 11. You know, they can just play with them by themselves, and then they can get familiar with them. Learning through play is always the better way than, sitting down and teaching this is that. All right, so let's move on to the fourth one. This is the last one. The last one is felt Christmas tree set. This one you can find on Amazon as well. And this is a big Christmas tree that you can hang it on the wall. And it's made with felt. So it comes with the big felt Christmas tree and the felt ornament, different kinds of ornaments like Santa Claus, reindeer, gift box. This one, I actually recorded a class yesterday. This class will be available for purchase soon on the Everyday Fun Day shop. In that class, I used this felt Christmas tree set as a tool for story making. Put different things on the trees and they can make up a story. So, for example, they can put Santa Claus and reindeer and some snowflakes. And then they can make up a story like it was the Christmas day, Santa Claus came outside with all of his gifts and his reindeers. And it was snowing on the Christmas day. Look at all the snowflakes, something like that. And then if they want to make up a different story next time, they can put down the Santa Claus reindeer, snowflakes, and they can put up different things like two reindeers with the snowflakes and some bells and whatever they want to put. So it's really good for story making. The good thing about using this felt Christmas tree set as a story making board is that children can develop language skills. They can develop vocabulary and they can practice making sentences and also, learning about the sequences. And of course, for toddlers, it's good for fine motor practice. There are little velcros on the backside of little ornaments and also on the felt tree because even though it's felt, they don't really stick well. So it's good that they put the velcro. So by putting things up and down, the toddlers can practice fine motor skills. All right. So, if you wanna know the details about like how I use the Christmas tree for the story making, you can stay tuned because I'm gonna announce it really soon. If you subscribe to Everyday Fun Day email list, you can be notified when it comes out. All right. So yeah, that's it. These are my holiday gift suggestion for growth mindset. The photos of these toys and the places that you can find those details, I will put them on the website on EVERYDAYFUNDAY.CA under the blog section. So if you want to check the details about them, you can visit everydayfunday.ca. All right. So that's it for this week. Thank you for listening, and I'm going to see you guys next week again. Bye.